嘿，大家好，我是个东，新年快乐！今天这支影片来龙去脉比较复杂一点，但我这里就先简略介绍一下。这个影片是在讲最近美国很轰动的美国明尼苏达州重大诈骗案，就是美国明尼苏达州有很多的索马利亚移民，然后这些移民他们开了很多的空投公司，以医疗照护或者是托儿所机构的名义开很多空投公司，就是巧立名目，然后完全没有做事，然后呢骗取了政府大量的补助款，然后每一家托儿所每年就是几百万美金在领，都是政府的补助，然后9年来榨取了大概几乎70-80亿美金。蛮扯的这个事情，那些所谓的托儿所啊，就是9年来啊一直在领政府的巨量补助，非常大量的巨款补助，可是却从来都没有真正的营业，就是附近的居民也从来都没有看到小孩子进出入，从来都没有真的在照顾小孩。然后他们申请的执照就是说，比方说这个托儿所可能有100多个小孩，可实际上一个都没有，然后门也都紧闭的。然后窗户也都贴起来一片漆黑，看不到里面，完全没有在营业，打电话也完全没有任何的人接听，甚至他们有的连那个招牌写字都写错的，就很扯啊，很扯。那如果这方面想比较了解比较详细的话，我之后会再翻译或者再做懒人包讲给大家听。但是今天这支影片主要是在讲说有一个人呢 ，Nick Sherry。他自己去调查这个事情，然后采访了另外一个 David 一个人，他也是独自在调查这个事情，因为政府完全没有派人调查这个事情，然后这个事情已经持续9年了，这个诈骗一直不断的在发生，所以这个 Nick Shirley 就和这个 David 一起合伙去合作去揭露这个事情，他们自己拍，然后自己去到处调查、询问、质问，然后找到各种的可疑的证据，然后去证实了这个诈骗案，这样。但是呢 ，CNN 就是美国的主流新闻媒体，其中一家 CNN 很有名的，就也在报道这个事情，在 Nick 出来调查这个事情，而且他拍片，然后放到 YouTube 上，然后就爆红了 ，Asmongold 有 react， 所以这个事情才慢慢的引起人的关注了。在这之前，很多人都根本就不知道这个事情，已经9年了。然后因为 Nick 拍片讲这个事情，这个事情才慢慢的发酵，慢慢的爆出来，然后才开始有人在。就是质疑政府说到底在干嘛，为什么会有这个事情？然后，但是 CNN 就才跟进报道这个事情，但是他们采取的角度是，就试着在打压尼克了，打压 Nick。简单来说就是要掩盖了，因为他让他们 look bad 嘛。这么大一个事情，他作为一个人，一个小小的 YouTuber， 居然可以自己去调查，然后结果他们这些大媒体都没有，就是显得他们这些大媒体非常的废物，非常的没有用。也不知道他们是不是有利益的纠葛，反正他们就是采取比较想要掩盖这个事情的态度在报道，然后就被 Asmongold 嘴烂，说 CNN 是人民的敌人，这些主流媒体就是人民的敌人，我觉得嘴的真好。然后我觉得看了非常的感同身受，因为我们台湾自己的媒体也有很多的问题嘛，所以我就决定翻译。我们就先让大家看看翻译吧 ，Let's go.
We're from CNN. Can we talk to you? We're from CNN. Can we talk to you?
It is no coincidence and no accident that every mythological creature inside of the ancient worlds, whether it's Greeks, Hindu, Roman, how many of them have a loud, screeching female character that causes problems? Sirens, banshees, I think it's a harpies. Yep, there's another one. Medusa.
This is MAGA YouTuber Nick Shirley.
And you can see the framing here. They immediately introduce him as a MAGA YouTuber. So they're doing two separate things by saying that. The first thing they're doing is they're trying to delegitimize his existence by categorizing him as a YouTuber rather than a journalist, rather than any sort of a political activist. But a YouTuber is something that like, oh, well, what do YouTubers do? Well, they make videos about like Roblox and Fortnite, right? So they're doing it with that. And then it's so dishonest. It is. The media is the enemy of the people. You have to understand this, is that people like CNN, places like CNN, they are the enemy of the people. They want to rot your country out because they are parasites. They are absolute parasites. And I mean this in the truest sense of the word, these are for-profit companies that thrive and benefit on the continual destruction and degradation of your country so they can report on its downfall. That's what they do. This is the way they introduce things. Every single word that they say, if it's not a lie, you just don't understand it well enough. That's all. And this is the reason, by the way, that all of their credibility is going down. Look at CNN's credibility. It's going down. They have been on a backslide for the last 10 years. Probably at least the last 5 years they have been. And this is just verifiable on Google Trends. And it's completely deserved. And here's how you know that they're really on the downtrend. They partnered with Kalshi. You made a Faustian pact with a gambling website. I have no problem with you doing that. But I do think that we are entering into a new frame of dystopia when a news agency is now partnering with a gambling website. I think this is a new level of dystopia. CNN is lying. They're full of shrieking banshees. They are the enemy of the people. And I'm so glad to see them on a death spiral.
In Minnesota, he alleged was a fraudulent facility in a now viral video.
People are going to say this is a left or right issue, but no, fraud is fraud. And so I'm not out here trying to put a twist on things.
Shirley's viral video released over the weekend in which he says he's uncovering tens of millions of dollars in fraud at many.
He says he's uncovering. This is like another, again, a lot of people, this is the reason why education is so bad in the United States. The reason why people are so badly educated in the United States is because if they weren't, they would be able to tell and notice these obvious verbal tricks and misrepresentations. It's soft framing. It is. It's soft framing. Let me see what she said again.
Covering tens of millions of dollars in fraud.
Oh, tens of millions. Yeah, it was hundreds of millions. Yeah, and so you, again, as I said, every word, every line is a lie. I'm old. They used to teach this stuff in school. Listen, both of my parents were college graduates. My mother wrote books for college classes. My father was a college professor, and then he became an executive for a publishing company. So, like, growing up, I heard about this all the time. But the thing is that I think that Americans are intentionally miseducated. They are intentionally miseducated so that tricks like this can continue to be played on them whenever the media and the controlling class of the country wants to do this. They keep you stupid so they can trick you like this. They do it on purpose.
At Minneapolis daycares run by the Somali community was retweeted by Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance. In the video, Shirley tries to open locked doors and talk to people at various daycares he claims are frauds.
Yes.
Did you come during their normal operating hours when you came to visit?
I came at 11 a.m., I believe, and I also came the following day later in the day. The point of it is not whether or not I came at the right time of their operation hours. The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers. I wasn't trying to go inside.
The enemy of the people. The sooner the American public wakes up and realizes what a profound threat mainstream media is the sooner that we can get rid of this problem. And we can hold these people accountable. This is exactly what happens. They are the enemy. Listen to the cut.
Point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers.
Cut the tape, shut it down, don't explain it. So these people, what they like to do is they like to hinge on one like minor inconsistency and then focus entirely on that and intentionally miss the forest for the trees. They will focus on the molehill and then and this is actually kind of an ironic thing, right? Is so everybody knows how camera angles work, right? So like, here's a good example. This is a bottle cap, right? Now the bottle cap is bigger than my head. Is the bottle cap actually bigger than my head? No, of course not. I'm not Hassan. So the reality is that if you frame things in a certain way, you can make a molehill into a mountain. That's what happens. This is exactly what they do.
Trying to go inside, and there should be a way for somebody to actually be able to call that number and somebody be able to answer. These aren't real businesses.
But surely you don't think a daycare should just be unlocked. You shouldn't be able to just walk into a daycare.
Surely you shouldn't be able to walk in. Yeah, that's definitely what he was trying to do. Uh-huh.
Reception.
No, every daycare is locked.
Their doors are locked.
And so, okay, you bring up a fair point. Then, but why can't they actually give me information how to enroll a child?
Federal law enforcement.
It's crazy how bad this is. This is insane. Oh my God. They cut him off real quick real fast there. Yeah, exactly. And this is the reason why you can never engage in debate and conversation with these people. Is that,
and so, okay, you bring up a fair point. Then
see, he has no problem saying, okay, I see what you're saying there, but what about these other points that I have that all point to the same thing? Like there's one of these that, you know, she's making an accusation that some daycares don't leave their doors unlocked. This is kind of what I'm assuming, is that there's probably not a policy for this with every daycare in the world. Some of them leave them locked, some of them leave them unlocked. There are probably other cases where there are two sets of doors, where there's a registration and reception room, and then there's also a kids room. I remember when I was in daycare, I mean, I don't know, like it was like 1994, right? So like I don't really remember this very well because I was 4 years old, but like people were walking in and out all the time. It was never an issue. So generally that's what happens. And anyway, but he says, okay, you know what? That's fine. I don't know entirely their policy on that. Let's move to my next point. And then as soon as he does that, they cut him off. And the reason why is that they are not interested in having a conversation. They are not interested in having a debate. And this is why I said before, I don't debate people. I don't argue with people, because you cannot reason a person out of a position that they didn't reason themselves into. Nick Shirley isn't playing by the same rules that they are. Their goal is not to find the truth, it's to spread the lie. His goal is to find the truth. That's why he's more than willing to acknowledge some inconsistencies in the pursuit of finding and understanding this problem. When these people ask him a question and then he asks them, they don't want to answer it and explain it. That's the difference. Basically, this is what people like this at CNN do. He asks a question in order for them to explain, well, what about this other mountain of inconsistencies? They double down on something that he in good faith said, okay, maybe there could be an explanation for this that I don't understand. There's 10 other things that I do understand. What about those? They don't want to talk about that.
But why can't they actually give me information how to enroll a child?
Federal law.
Instantly cut. Instantly cut right there. Because they don't have an answer for that. So you can see right here, they cut away from him asking these questions in order for them to make an appeal to the authority. This is what they're doing. So they're framing it as if he's just going on a laundry list of complaints that are invalid, irrelevant, and meaningless, and then they immediately cut it off so they can put out their own narrative. CNN is disgusting. They are. They're totally disgusting.
那今天发的片段差不多就到这样，但其实原片还更长，还有很多就是这些就是 CNN 恶心的嘴脸跟恶心的小手段。就我发现，就是好像不管哪国各国的媒体的手段其实都差不多，就是移花接木、断章取义、曲解你的话、曲解你的意思、标题杀人，然后就有的没的，很恶心，真的很恶心。大家会发现看了会很有既视感。会觉得好像在哪看过这手法嘞。如果对这个案子啊，还有对就是 CNN 到底有多恶心有兴趣的话，可以在底下留言跟我说，我会再翻译之后再多翻一些做个懒人包，讲一下这个事件的来龙去脉。那这样祝大家有个美好的元旦，祝大家有这个美好的一天，也祝大家有美好的一个新的2026，祝大家有个新的美好的一年。 如果喜欢我的影片，喜欢我的翻译，欢迎帮我按个赞、订阅、开启小铃铛。有空也可以来我的直播一起聊天。那就这样，大家拜拜，拜拜，拜拜，拜拜。